What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Strikeout Beer Podcast. I'm RD, flying solo again tonight. Alan's under the weather, said he just couldn't, he wasn't going to be able to make it. I was like, okay, cool, man. Get better, get some rest. I totally understand. There's so much stuff going around right now as far as he's got younger kids too, so they go to school. I know two of the grandkids here, they get like pneumonia or something, like some virus going around, and they're not even the ones in school. The older one brought it home, gave it to the other two kids. So I tell you what, it's dangerous out there, and so I think there's only one cure for it. It's to make sure you stay lubricated, hydrated, and keep plenty of alcohol in the house, because I mean that's the only thing I know that kills all that crap. So, welcome in tonight. I'm having Woodford Reserve. Yep, I do got a little bit left. I've already poured my drink, but that's what I'm having. It's funny enough. This is actually what I'm getting for was it the White Elephant at work tomorrow. So if you're watching this, you definitely want to get a hold of that package, because it's worth holding on to. Tonight, first and foremost, let's go ahead and let's raise our glasses, and let's wish my dad a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. Love you. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Dad. Beak. There we go. It's always the first one. The first one always gets me. It does. I just, Alan always gives me crap because, I always talk about how much I don't like whiskey or bourbon or this and that. And he goes, for someone that doesn't like it, you have a lot of different bottles of whiskey and or bourbon in your house. I was like, listen, man, it's just, I'm from there. Like this, usually if I do showcase a whiskey, except for the Irish ones, bourbon and stuff like that, it's because it's like hometown stuff, it's, I think Woodford Reserve, if I'm not mistaken, it's from Louisville. I'm pretty sure it's Louisville. I got the stuff written down over there. Oh, Versailles, excuse me. So it's between Frankfurt. It's next to Frankfurt on the way to Lexington, if I'm not mistaken. So anyways, just to give you a little heads up about this, this is 14 gold medals you're looking at right here. Straight bourbon whiskey. Let me bring it over here so I'm looking at the camera here. The art of making fine bourbon first took place on the site of Woodford Reserve Distillery, a National Historic Landmark in 1812. The perfectly blended or balanced taste of our Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey is comprised of more than 200 detectable flavor notes, from bold grain and wood to sweet aromatics, spice, and fruit and floral notes. Now, we'll talk a little bit more of that as the evening progresses. But yeah, so that's what we're having tonight. It's like it's Whiskey Wednesday, right? So my buddy TJ, he'll probably pop in here before too long. He was like, "Hey, when are we gonna start drinking whiskey again or whatever?" I was like, "Hey, you know what? First weekend of the month. How about that? Whiskey Wednesday. I got you, pal. So yeah. So cheers. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna talk sports tonight. MLB, NFL, college. Look at some NFL picks as well, things like that. Talk a little bit about movies. It'll probably be a quicker show because it's just me, and instead of having to, talk over or anything like that. Plus, this mic's driving me crazy. I don't know what the deal is with this. I'm ready to get my own little setup again, where I've got the little boom mic I can pull every which way but loose. But anyways. Let's jump on into it. Let's just say this. Your old pal RD is not excited about this new MLB rule. There is, all right, listen. They're trying to trick up baseball even more. I'm fine with the pitch clock. I'm fine with the rules that we had last year. I liked watching baseball. It was fine and dandy. Kept it moving. One thing I like. Lizzie's in the house. How are you doing, babe? But this is called the MLB Golden Bat or Golden at Bat rule. Now, this is from the internet here. That is the essence of MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred's Golden at Bat proposal, which he floated in late October during an appearance of the varsity with John Orand. The rule would allow each team one chance per game to swap in its best hitter for an at bat, even if it's not his term. I can't go along with this. I mean, I get it. It's like say it's the end of the game or the game's on the line. Maybe it's a 6th, 7th inning, you got bases juice, and you're like, you know what? It's now or never. Let's go ahead and bring in our best hitter. You know what I mean? And bring in Judge or Soto or, the polar bear. I can't do it. I'll be honest, I can't do it. I can't get behind this. I don't like it at all. I think it's dumb. And why are we trying to ruin this sport? Why are we trying to what is the point? What's the point? I don't get it. And I don't like it. Of all the other things I don't mind about baseball, like I'm even actually in favor of maybe having the pitch, the automated strike zone. You know, especially if you were watching the games last season, you know it sucked. You know that having, you know, some of these umpires just miss the plate by, you know, too far, right? It's not worth it. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. So I'm gonna say no on this. I don't want to see it. Don't ever want it to happen. I don't know what's popping up on my screen right now. I guess they're doing the Rockefeller tree lighting. Yeah, I don't know. They just popped up on the screen for no reason. I need to go check that out, I guess. So that's pretty much the extent of our MLB talk tonight, and I am not for it. I don't know. I don't understand why somebody would want this. I think because there was some recent success with rule changes, so that, you know, once someone gets a little whiff of success, they try to kind of keep it going, right? They're gonna, let me go ahead and do this or do that. Let's roll out some more changes and things like that. But no, this is terrible. I mean, this is awful. I mean, you could have a DH, bring in a DH or something like that. You know, not this. Not this. No, I'm out. I'm out on that. All right. College football. Everybody watched the college games like this past weekend. It was nothing but brawls, and it actually bled into Sunday games too. I've never seen so many fights, brawls, BS. Everybody's planting flags here, there, everywhere. I don't. It's just, it was ridiculous. It really was. But this week is championship week. You actually only have, what is it, 8? Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games this weekend. That's it. 9 games. 9. College football is coming to an end. This is the last push before the playoff. And let's just go ahead and take a look at it. And then we'll get to NFL. Well, I do have one college story, and it's funny. All right, so you have Western Kentucky at Jackson State. Western Kentucky's getting 4.5 points. Over-under set at 57.5. I mean, I think Jackson State can take care of business. But, hey, you know what? Western Kentucky, let's go get some. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Then you have Tulane taking on number 24 Army. Tulane, it's weird. So check this out. Tulane, they're a 5-point favorite right now against number 24 Army. So Tulane is not ranked, is the favorite. You know, technically they're the away team, you know, if you look at this, you know what I mean? So I don't understand this. Like, is this a sucker play? Are they trying to screw with me? I don't understand what's going on. But anyhow, then you move on to UNLV taking on Boise State. UNLV is number 20th. Boise State is 10th. Boise State is only a 4-point favorite. Over under 57.5. So obviously they think some high scoring out of that game in the Kentucky or Western Kentucky Jacksonville State game. Low scoring for the Army Tulane game. Over unders at 45.5. This one Boise State's 10, UNLV's 20. Only a 4-point favorite. That's all we're doing here. Seems kind of insane. I feel like I want to take the points on all these games so far, right? Like I feel like I'm taking the dog and I'm taking the points. Then up next you have Arizona number 15 taking on Iowa State number 16. That's actually here in Arlington. So that's a game. It's this Saturday at 11. So I'm thinking about trying to slip out and go to that game. It'd be cool to see a championship game. Why not, right? But anyways, Arizona State 2-point favorite. You know, Iowa State's 1 rank behind them. So I'm like, well, you know, maybe I'll take the points again. I think I've got myself into a nice little teaser, right? So I think that's what I've got for the first 4 games. We'll see how this moves along here. Then you got Ohio versus Miami, Ohio. It's almost a pick 'em. Miami, Ohio. Neither team is ranked, but Miami, Ohio is a 1.5 point favorite. I don't know why I said that weird, but I did. You know what? Maybe I just need you know what? Let's just get, there we go. I know you heard that at home. If you're listening to this on Apple, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you listen to podcasts, you can catch out the video version of this over here, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X, what do you want to call that? Instagram. You know what I meant to do is check out what's going on Instagram. We got Matt Drinks over there, the mac and cheese. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? Cheers. All right. So we get rid of the golden bowl thing. All right, there we go. Like I said, Miami, Ohio, 1.5 favorites. I might stay away from this game. I don't feel anything about it. Not even a wiggle down there. 44.5 is the over under. Then you got here big dogs. Georgia, number 5, taking on Texas, number 2. They are over there in Atlanta. This is for the SEC championship. I thought that was an alert. Texas is a 3-point favorite. Minus 145 on the money line, and the over-under set at 49.5. This is a game I'm probably going to stay away from because I don't know what Georgia's going to do. If I do have to pick a team, I think I'm going to go Texas money line. And if I do go live between Friday and Saturday, maybe Saturday morning or something like that, I might have a definite answer for you. But I think I have to lean towards Texas. I have to. Georgia's been just, I don't know. I can't trust Georgia right now. So anyways, that's going to be a good one. I think that's the game of the day. Well, maybe there's another one. All right, so Marshall and Louisiana, Lafayette. Marshall's a 5.5 point. They're getting 5.5 points. Over under 56.5. Neither team's ranked. It's kind of like, okay. I mean, do I stay away from this game or do I bet again on with the dog and the points? I think I'm kind of leaning towards Marshall. I follow some people, some college football bettors, so I'll have a better understanding or what they're talking about and what they believe is going to happen Friday night, Saturday morning. Now that game's at 6:30, so that's going to be a little bit later game. There's only one. So the first 2 games I talked about: Western Kentucky, Jacksonville State, and Tulane and Army. That's the 6, along with UNLV and Boise State. So those are on the 6th. The other games: Iowa State, Arizona State, Ohio, Miami, Ohio. Those are on the 7th at 11 a.m. And then Georgia, Texas is the afternoon game at 3. Marshall and Lafayette at 6:30. Then you have Clemson, number 17, going up against SMU, number 8, at 7 p.m. on the 7th. SMU has been on fire. I don't know if they could. They are a 2.5 point favorite. They've looked great this year out of nowhere. I don't know what to think. I'm kind of like, all right, well, but I mean, I want SMU to win, right? It's like, I forgot where they were playing. They're playing in Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Bank of America Field. Then you got the co-main event for Saturday night. Let's call it that. Penn State, number 3, taking on Oregon, number 1. Oregon's 3.5 point favorite, minus 170 on the money line. Over under at 49.5. I think you got to go Oregon, right? You got to ride that out. I think I was talking to somebody the other night, going live here, and they were talking about how they went to that game, and Oregon had just been like beating the crap out. I mean, they just beat the crap out of Washington. They barely got by on Wisconsin, 16-13. Beat the crap out of Maryland. Maryland's not that great. They beat the crap out of. They doubled up Michigan. Actually passed. That's a little bit more double up, and then +4. So, I do like, I think, Oregon in this situation. That's where I'm kind of leaning. That's where I'm kind of heading that direction. So there's your college games of the week. With NFL around the corner as well. Oh, you know what? Real quick. There was a funny story last week, Saturday, for the big Texas A&M Texas game. A buddy of ours, he came down from Colorado. He's A&M alumni. His kid wanted to go to the game. He's like, oh, we'll go down there. Let's go check it out. So they're there. Anyways, they had a blast at Kyle Field. But anyhow, here's the headline. 2 Texas A&M fans were arrested at Saturday's game against Texas for criminal trespassing after attempting to sneak into Kyle Field with hard hats, reflective vests, and fake construction credentials. So there's obviously construction out there. They were like, you know what? We can get in. We can get in there. We can go check it out and go have some fun, screw around a little bit. All right. Are you ready for the names? All right. The names on the credential. Credential number 1, Harry Azcrack. That's Harry. And then last name Azcrac. what are you doing? Like, obviously, these are all right. Let me tell you the other one, and then we'll talk about it. The other one's Duncan McCockiner. First name Duncan, last name McCockiner. These have to be stupid ass Halloween costumes, like leftover, right? Like, you could have just put, John Smith or something like that. Like, what are you doing? They were 21 and 22 years olds. It's just, it's just hilarious, But you get Joe for obviously trespassing. It was, when I'm listening to the story, I could absolutely believe it. I'm giggling the whole time because I'm just a child, Dumb stuff like that just makes me giggle. And so, yeah, it just, oh God, it does. It makes me chuckle a little bit. All right. So, but let's move on to some NFL picks. We got to do NFL standings as well. Let's do that first. Like I said, this is going to be a quick show. I'm having one drink. I got to get up early in the morning. I got stuff to do. No offense. Love you. But, I'm busy. It's just a rough week. It is. It's a rough week. Next week's kind of semi-suck too. Next week on Tuesday, we leave for Vegas at like 5 or 6 a.m., spend the whole day there, catch the red eye home. I went ahead and took off on Tuesday or Wednesday. I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to take it off. Burn a day. Take some time. All right. AFC East, Bills. I think they've already locked up the AFC East, 10-2. Dolphins suck. Jets suck. Patriots suck. There's no really other threat there. All teams are below 500. I don't see an elimination strike on them yet on any of those teams, but let's be honest, Dolphins can't play in the cold. What happens in December, January? It's cold outside, so that's it. They're done. AFC West, Chiefs 11-1, Chargers 8-4, Broncos 8-5 after an absolute blister of a shootout with the Browns on Monday night. That's the kind of Monday night action you want to see. I mean, you don't if you're playing fantasy, because it was a white knuckle ride at the entire time. But yeah, I mean, Chiefs obviously, I think they already locked up this division, or they clinched a wild card. So they're in the playoffs. Chargers are right there on the cusp. And so are the Broncos. All of a sudden, the AFC West isn't a cakewalk for the Chiefs, even though they still got in, obviously being 11-1. But 8-4, 8-5 from the Chargers and Broncos, respectively. My goodness, look at them go. AFC North, Steelers 9-3, Ravens 8-5, Bengals 4-8. They're done. Browns are done. Season's over. They keep talking like every time I read like a new headline or something like that, it's talking about, the Bengals are on life support. They've been on life support. They dead at this point. I don't care. If they make the playoffs, congratulations, but you're going to have to score 50 to win. It's like one of these crazy stats out there for teams that score over like 33 or 34 points or something like that, or 55-1 this year or whatever. And the Bengals are the only team. That's the rest of the NFL. The Bengals have lost like 4 or 5 of those games. It's embarrassing. They just don't have a defense. They don't have a good offensive line. They got the offense, but man, oh man. Steelers, I don't know how they're winning. I don't get it. They're okay, right? I don't know. I like the Ravens, though, 8-5, but they look like they're having problems. So maybe the Steelers will hold on to the North, go in the playoffs, and lose in the first round. AFC South, no one cares about these teams because these teams cannot win on a consistent basis. There's one above 500. That's the Texans. They're 8-5. Colts are 6-7. Titans are done, 3-9. Jags done, 2-10. Trevor Lawrence hit the IR today. He's done for the year. They might as well just shut it down. They're going to have Mac Jones at the helm. They went ahead and signed the Rams, the old Rams backup, Woodford or something like that. Oh, Woodford. Not Wolford. Woodford, not Woodford. Wolford? Yeah, whatever. Texans, I feel like, I think they're going to win the division, but I don't know why they can't just get it together and beat teams. They got a good defense. Offense, yes, there's injuries, right? But Nico Collins is back. Diggs is out for the rest. But come on, man. The team's stacked. You should do better. You should really be doing better. Flipping over to NFC, Eagles pretty much going to run away with this division. They're 10-2. Commanders can only beat bad teams. They're 8-5. Cowboys have strung 2 wins together, I think. What was it? The Giants and, God, who was the other really bad team? Hold on. I'm going to look it up because it's worth noting. Oh, you know what? They beat the Commanders. That's right. They beat the Commanders. Like I said, I don't know what their deal is. They can't play. They win against some teams, but then they got beat at home. Cowboys can't even tank properly. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to make the playoffs. What's that going to matter? What's going to matter if you make the playoffs? who cares? Like, who cares if you make the playoffs? You're not going to win anything. So who cares? Anyways, so Eagles win this division, no problem at all. NFC West, dude, this is a train wreck. Seahawks 7-5, Cardinals and Rams are 6-6. The Niners are 5-7. I think the Niners are done. Too many injuries and too many. Just something's wrong out there, right? They got like the losing flu. They've lost 3 in a row. Cannot be trusted. The Seahawks somehow are won 3 in a row. Don't get it. Cardinals are on two game losing skid. Rams just won their last one. This whoever wins this, congratulations. But it's like the AFC South. No one cares. You're not going to win anything. You're probably not going to go past the first round. I like the Seahawks. I like the Cardinals and the Rams. They're all fun to watch. I thought the Niners would go back to the playoffs, but apparently not. That's it. What are you going to do? Moving on to the North, man. I think the official toughest division in the game, finally, right? I mean, look at this. Lions are 11-1. Vikings 10-2. Packers 9-3. Big game. And the Bears are 4-8. They're done. They can't win on the road. They're 0-5 on the road. They've lost their last 6. Packers have won their last 3. Vikings won their last 5. Lions have won their last 10. You got the Lions and Packers this week. Is it in Detroit or is it in Green Bay? I got to check real quick. It is going to be, it's at home for the Lions. So that means they'll probably wear all blue camouflage. And, it is what it is. But, I think it's going to be a great Thursday night game. I'm expecting some fireworks. Both teams give up points. I think the Lions have lost most of their defensive players, and then the other half played dirty as S anyway, so there's a chance that you're going to see someone's knee get blown out. I'm not trying to say that or do that. I don't want to see nothing happen to any of the players. Also don't want them going low on Jordan Love either, which they love to do. But, great game. Looking forward to it. I'm not a believer in the Vikings. I'm just not. They can win. They've won. I get it. They squeaked out that win against the Cardinals. They beat the Bears. No one cares. They beat the Vikings. So what? Beat the Jags. Who cares? Colts suck. They got beat by the Rams in October. Lions beat them last time on October 20th. That was a close game, 31-29. I don't know. I'm just not a believer. I think they'll be there. I like the team. They're fun to watch. I love Justin Jefferson. Jones is doing great out there as well. I don't know. But I'll keep betting them until they lose. Bet on that. Then NFC South, like the almost worst, nobody cares division. Falcons, Bucks, 6-6. I like the Bucks. Falcons are fake. They lost 3 in a row. Can you remember like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, we were just like, boy, we were on that Falcons bandwagon. Woo, we were riding it hard. But I do believe in the Bucks. 1-2 back-to-back. Saints suck. Panthers suck. But you know what though? I like what I'm seeing from the Panthers. Bryce Young seemed to be getting things moving a little bit. They're a little bit more exciting. Chuba Hubbard is looking great as well. So give me the Bucks to come out of this division. And let's see. I meant to have this already pulled up, but I'm going to do it right now because that's how the internet works. All right, playoff picture right now. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Where am I at on this? What is it? Is the mic too hot? Let me turn this mic down. Maybe I'm getting too loud because I got the bourbon in me. All right, here you go. Clinch spots, Chiefs. Or clinched a playoff spot. Chiefs and Bills, they're both in, right? In the hunt, you got the Steelers, Texans, Chargers, and Ravens, Broncos, okay? So that means the Chiefs are going to get a bye at the moment. Then you got the Bills and the Broncos, which give me that game. I want to see that game. I want to see that game. I think it's going to be amazing. Obviously, it's going to be in Buffalo. I'm in for that game. I'm in for that freaking game. Then you're going to have Steelers and Ravens, a rematch from earlier this season. Actually, they'll pop out one more game before then. But, I don't want to say Steelers. I don't believe in the Steelers. I just don't believe in them. I don't know. I feel like the Ravens, but I feel like the Ravens are going to break my heart. So obviously the Steelers. Then you have Texans, Chargers, which will be a fun game. It will be a fun game. Chargers should win, but let's see what Herbert does if he doesn't S the bed. But yeah, obviously, then after that, Chiefs going to the Super Bowl, right? Yeah. All right. Then NFC, Lions, Eagles, Seahawks, Falcons, Vikings, Packers, Commanders. Lions getting the bye. Eagles and Commanders will face off. Eagles will win. Then you got Seahawks and Packers. Pack will win. Falcons, Vikings will win. So essentially, the 3 teams for the NFC North will make it, to the divisional rounds. Then you'll have a Lions-Packers rematch, which will be, another matchup. They play twice every year. I don't know why I say rematch. And, dude, give me the frickin' Packers, all right? Give me the Packers. Eagles will beat Wait. No, I'm sorry. Yeah. So since I have the Packers winning, the Lions will get the Packers, and then the Vikings will get. Yeah. The Vikings will get the Eagles. Eagles take care of business. But yeah, I listen. In the hunt right now on the bubble, these teams, I just don't believe them for a second. You know what I mean? Like I see the Colts, Dolphins, Bengals. I don't see it happening. Right? Browns, I don't see that happening. Like the percentage is less than 1% for them. They're not in the hunt. Or on the bubble. It's not even a bubble. You know what I mean? And then you got the Bucks, Cardinals, Rams. I think you seriously do swap out the Bucks for the Falcons in this situation. But I mean, the Rams could slip in. Could possibly. The NFC West, it's going to be the Rams or Cardinals. I don't think the Seahawks hold on, but maybe they can. So there you go. There's my picks for that. Lopez in the house. Michael Lopez, how you doing? I don't know why it shows that on my computer. And our other computer shows the actual thing. How are you doing? Did you get that dub this week? Are you going to get that dub this week? Are you making it to the playoffs? Are you going to run the table? Are you going to get that dub, get that championship? Ooh. All right. For the game tomorrow, let's go ahead and just take a look at it real quick. You get 3 points for being at home. The Lions are getting 3 points. That's it. Or not? They're not getting 3 points. The Packers are getting 3 points. So Lions are a 3-point favorite. Over under set at 51.5. They obviously think it's going to be a high scoring affair. Some other like good divisional games. You got the Browns at the Steelers. That's almost a 7-point game though. I do think the Browns cover. I think Jameis. I mean, for all his faults and how bad he is, dude can sling it, but he does make a bunch of bad decisions, and I did get my win because he threw 2 pick sixes. Thank you very much. Then looking over at, say, Seattle and the Cardinals will play this week. Cardinals are 2.5 point favorite at home. There you go. A lot of these divisions you're about to find out. You're about to find out this week 14, if I'm not mistaken. And you have 6 teams on bye. I'll tell you who they are very shortly. Chargers and Chiefs, another great game. Bengals and Cowboys. All right, so let's go ahead and make our picks. I think the Lions win, even though I do have if I want to throw a little coin around, I want to have a little fun. I think the Pack absolutely have a chance to win this game. Absolutely. Will the Lions cover the 3 points? Possibly, and if I have to choose, I'm going to take Detroit to cover the points right there. Then you got the Steelers and Browns. Give me the Browns plus 6.5 all day, every day. I'll take that. And then when we look down at the Seattle and Arizona game, Seattle's getting 2.5 points. Give me those 2.5 points. They're on a winning streak. They're looking good. Well, not great, but good. Arizona doesn't look that great either. Bing, bang, boom. Seattle plus the points. Then we got, I'm not doing the Bears. I'm not doing that. I'll do the Chargers and the Chiefs. Chargers getting 4 on the road. They should be able to take care of it. They probably lose by a field goal. So give me the Chargers plus 4, and then we might as well do the Bengals game because they're here in Arlington on the 9th, on my son's birthday. Bengals are a 5-point favorite. I don't know. I've never been, I have not been this, I don't know in my life. And Cowboys won back-to-back. One is against Washington, a decent team. The other team was the Giants. No one cares. Can the Bengals even win? I'm not even talking points. I'm talking winning. I've been picking the Bengals for weeks and weeks and weeks. The defense sucks. They're going up against Cooper Rush. CeeDee Lamb's always kind of banged up. They'll probably get 1 big touchdown, kick some field goals. Give me the points and the Cowboys. Why not? I don't know. Jeez. I wish I had something better. I wish I did, because that's just sad thinking about that. That's pitiful, and that's sad. Michael, yes, sir, I'm number 1 and beat my opponent by 103. Get out of town. 103 points. Ooh, buddy. That's some good stuff right there. Congratulations. Cheers to you. Cheers to that victory. Where are you currently ranked in your the league? Are you still in first place? I think you said you were in first, right? Oh, yeah, you're number 1. Okay, yeah. How many more weeks before the playoffs start? Some leagues are different. So, like say a couple years ago, this was the end of the regular season, 14, or this will be the last week of the season. Then you got playoffs. You don't want a league that goes too deep just because you got guys that are getting set, stuff like that. It could ruin you. I'm in bye week hell. You know what? That's what I need to, week 13, baby. Week 14, pardon me. All right. Who's a bye week on week 14? All right. And this does suck. And I'll tell you why this sucks. After 15, playoffs, 16, 17. Gotcha. It makes sense. That makes sense. It's kind of nice. It gives you that extra week of play. Kind of sucks because it's a long season. It is a long season. And I'll tell you one thing. This is why bye weeks suck. They could have fixed this and balanced it more out. We talk about it every week. I complain about it every single week, so I'll keep the complaining to a minimum. But the bye week for week 14, the Ravens, Broncos, Texans, Commanders, Colts, Patriots. Most of these teams are highly productive teams. Fantasy gold with the Ravens, obviously. The Broncos, Texans, Commanders do get it done. I mean, Scary Terry's having a great season. Jaden Daniels is looking great as well. I know Austin Eckler, he's done. I think he got put on the IR with a concussion. I think Brian Robinson, I believe, is out as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double-check that. Colts, they're still middle of the road. You're still getting some love and some action out of them. And the Patriots, there's a couple players, right? But, yeah, I mean, it's tough, and I'm one of those guys, gals, people that I don't look at bye weeks when I'm drafting because I don't care. I was like, you know what? They're on the same bye week. I'll take it. I'll take the loss. Don't care. Give me the loss. Let's just get it over with. So, but anyway, that's the bye weeks for this week. Good luck. I sniped my opponent QBs. He had Lawrence but didn't pick up anyone else. I did that a couple weeks ago. There was a buddy in our league that it's a super flex, so we have two quarterbacks, and he didn't have a third on the bench, and there was one available that was going to be starting. It was a backup or what. I was like, you know what? Let me go pick that little fella up. And I did. It's just, hey, sometimes you got to play defense, right? It's just how it goes. Did I have OJ news up next? Hold on, let me look. Yeah, let's do OJ news. So apparently there's a report out there. It's coming out of TMZ. OJ Simpson's ex-bodyguard claims to have murder confession recording on like a thumb drive or something like that. I mean, I know why this is news. I got it. I don't think there's anybody else. I don't think there's anybody out there that thinks he didn't do it. I say he didn't do it because I make fun of a lot of the judicial system, and I poke fun at how law applies to everyone equally, and you know damn well it doesn't. I'm hoarding Mac Jones and Aiden O'Connell. Dude, oh my God. So I don't mean to divert from the story, but this is, relevant here. Or not, it's not relevant. It's relevant to fantasy football. I had Mac Jones and I had, who's that other backup for Tennessee? Anyways, and I was like, I need time. I need DeVito. He's playing because I got AR-15 on bye week. And so I was like, I need to go pick up, and then someone dropped Aaron Rodgers. I go, let me submit a claim for pick up Aaron Rodgers. So I submit the claim for Aaron Rodgers, and I put Mac Jones to drop. And then all of a sudden it says it's successful addition. And it says I picked up the Saints defense. I go, I don't know what's going on. I was like, I texted and I go, you better fix this or I'm going to drop everybody on my team. I'll drop everybody just to cause chaos because I've done it before. And he usually only cares when he's like in contention, but him and Lizzie this year, they're at the bottom, so he might not care. But yeah, there's nothing against hoarding players or whatever. Now, if you hit there's a limit, I think, to how many QBs you can have, but I don't know. But we're going to fix the glitch next year. And here, before I get back to the OJ story, here's how we're going to how I'm going to propose we fix the glitch. Okay. I think we're going to have to get rid of the super flex because I just don't think there's enough quarterbacks in the league. Well, every team gets 2. You need 3. I think maybe. Anyways, but I was saying that you get access to the backups for the quarterbacks that you have, right? No one else can come in and just snake your backup if your backup gets hurt or your starter gets hurt, stuff like that. So I think I'm trying to work out these other details so it can be just a little bit more enjoyable because Lizzie's been done since like week whatever because just injuries with quarterback. And in our league, if you have an injured quarterback, you're pretty much going to lose that week because the quarterback will put up anywhere from like 50 to 100 points. Right, your general flex player is not going to put up that kind of number. So, yeah, I have my picks for my roster. I'm swapping right before kickoff. Sweet, nice. All right, so yeah, back to the OJ thing. I remember watching. See, here's the story from New York Post. OJ Simpson confessed to killing Nicole Brown on tape. That's what the ex-bodyguard claims. Cops don't have the evidence yet. I understand, when you need a story and if this pops up, but this has been, I remember when this happened. And I also remember being like, so like the whole damn trial, all that kind of stuff. You saw this kind of crazy, everything was public. It's just on the news every day, all that kind of crap. And I remember the verdict was coming out during, like, as we're getting ready for baseball practice and in high school. I'm that old. Yes. I mean, you can tell from the beard. I'm old. So in the 90s, I was in high school. Coach said, hey, get changed, and then line up in your rows, So it's like we did like conditioning thing where we were like, he was a military guy. So we like, there's 4 leaders and then each team, whatever. So anyways, we're lined up in our rows. We're sitting in the clubhouse. We had to sit. We just call it any style. I think it's called crisscross applesauce or something now. I don't know. We're sitting on the ground with our ass on the ground, legs crossed in front of us, folded, and your back straight up. So we're like, okay. And we're like, what are we doing? And he's like, this is going to be part of American history. So listen and pay attention. And I was like, okay. And so as we're listening to it over the radio, because we didn't have a TV out in the clubhouse. The TVs were in their classroom. So they were all watching it on TV. We listened to it over the radio, and then when it came across, we're like, "Wow, I can't believe it! I couldn't believe they said he was not guilty." I was like, "Holy moly!" I was like, "Yeah, all right, well, time to go play baseball," and that was the extent of it. You know what I mean? And obviously, all the jokes and everything else, the SNL skits. I mean, just everything that came out the next 10 years worth. It was just crazy. It was bonkers. So, anyways, yeah. Now that they said they got proof, I mean, he was a fella, I think, that if you got him a little liquored up, he starts chatting a little bit. And when he was on Twitter, on X, before he passed away, he was a little cavalier with comments and tweets and stuff like that. And he was doing interviews. And I mean, go back and check out his interviews. And check out all like the stuff when he was on like daytime TV or, made an appearance. It was crazy. It was crazy. So anyways, yeah, there you go. So according to the it doesn't matter. He's dead. And I'll tell you what, everybody, it's like when you first know who OJ is, right? I don't remember being in the NFL. I remember seeing him in like Naked Gun 2.5, Naked Gun 33 1/3. That's, I think, where I first saw him. That's where I know him from. And then, obviously you realize, oh yeah, he's a running back for Buffalo and, whatnot. And so there you go. There's the OJ news of the day. And that's our second news story. You should be proud. I did 2 of them today. And all right, so this has already gone for like 20 more minutes than I thought it would. I'm sorry. Oh, Michael, if you're in here, I'm sorry. We didn't do the SB Fantasy Football podcast tonight. Didn't do the live stream. Like I said, Alan's not feeling good. I'm going to get with him tomorrow because I do want to kind of do maybe a Thursday night preview. Or sneak peek. We're starting everybody, right? Except for there's a couple that I'm not starting, but with 2 top tier teams, you're going to play those guys, right? So anyways, I hope to be on tomorrow for a little Thursday night preview. I know he's going to do a Saturday night stream unless something pops up where he's not feeling good. I don't know. I haven't really heard. He didn't really elaborate on why he was sick or how he was sick or anything like that. So, yeah, absolutely. It's just, and he doesn't get sick often, and he's always out there running around. I wouldn't be surprised if he's just flat tired and exhausted and wore out because he goes all day, all night, every day. So, but I'm hoping that he's able to go to town with me this week. I already have his ticket booked. It's going to be my wife, me, her friend, and I think there's a couple of the people that are going, but the last time I heard them, like, yeah, well, I'll meet you out there. I was like, okay, cool. If you show up, you show up. If you don't, you don't, So I booked his ticket the night I booked mine and Lizzie's. So he's got a ticket to go with us to Vegas. So I don't know about next week's stream. I don't know about next week's schedule. All right. Tuesday, we're going to be in Vegas. There's a pretty good chance we will fire up the phone, go live from Vegas, Caesars somewhere, make some picks. Texas rubbed off on them. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to, if he goes with me, we'll definitely go live. If it's just me and Lizzie, there's a good chance we'll go live, but I can't, when I start drinking, I'm walking around with her, talking, all that kind of stuff, I get kind of sidetracked. So looking forward to it. Really am. Ready to get out of town. Just real quick, I'm having Woodford Reserve. I said I was going to talk more about this, and here we go. Proof, 90.4 degrees. I don't know what the hell that means. It's a 45.2 alcohol. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, 90 proof. Yeah, 90.4 proof. Clean, brilliant honey amber. That's the appearance. Nose, heavy with a rich dried fruit, hints of mint and oranges covered with a dusting of cocoa, faint vanilla and tobacco spice. Taste, rich, chewy, round, and smooth. What the hell is going on here? With complex citrus, cinnamon, and cocoa. Toffee, caramel, chocolate, and spice notes abound. Finish silky smooth, almost creamy at first, with a long, warm, satisfying tail. Why'd I say warm? Weird. Anyways, then we'll talk about the flavor wheel and everything else coming up. But yeah. Good stuff. Then I had TV. What am I watching for Christmas? What is everybody watching right now? You watching like TV specials? Are you watching, my kids are trying to plow through The Walking Dead. I saw that they're kind of bringing back another version of Walking Dead. I'm pretty much in Christmas mode, to be honest with you. Like tonight, they had all the Santa Clauses on. I got home from work, laid on the couch, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to bed. I'm going to lay on bed. I did play some Rocket League and Fortnite. And I was like, you know what? I need to take a nap. So I laid in the bed, which is like the most comfortable place to be on earth. With the pillows, I bitch about how many pillows my wife has on that stinking bed. I bitch about how many covers she has on that damn bed. But I'll tell you one thing. I lay on that thing, and I pull like a cover or a blanket up on me. I'm out like a light. And so I fell asleep towards, I think it was the beginning middle of Santa Claus 1. Woke up as, he's towards the end, zonked back out, woke up. My wife brought our dog in here or whatever. So our poor little Tilly today, she had to get fixed. And so yeah, she's just zonked out. It's the most pitiful thing I've ever seen. She's 7 pounds. And so when you see her and she's got a cone on her head and, oh, buddy, it broke my wife's heart. She goes, can you call me? It's like, Jesus. I go, she'll be fine. Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. It's like, just calm down. It is Wednesday. I always expect the worst on Wednesdays. So, but, knock on wood, the baby's fine. And, but anyway, yeah, so I'm watching Christmas movies. I'll put The Grinch on. I'll put on Nightmare Before Christmas. I put Home Alone, stuff like that. And if there's like nothing on we want to watch, obviously with sports and stuff like that, like, so Thursday night's the games, Saturday we'll have some college football on, Sunday night, all day football, Monday football at night. And, it's just sports is taking over. I watched Kentucky get their ass kicked last night. Well, not ass kicked, but they lost to Clemson or whoever. It's like, Jesus, drives me crazy. So yeah, just Christmas, sports, and then like I said, if there's nothing on or I don't want to watch TV, I'll put on one of those YouTube channels where it's just playing, it's a fire or it's a cabin, background noises, and then Christmas music and stuff like that. So we're full in on the season. Yes, sir, Grinch is a classic. Let me ask you something, Michael. When I'm saying I'm watching the Grinch, I'm watching the Jim Carrey version. Are you talking about the animated version with the Cumberbatch? The OG Christmas special, because I consider that a TV special, which is a classic, but Jim Carrey to me. But that's the only two I watched. I've watched the animated one like once, the New Age one. I just don't watch it. But yeah, the other ones like the old 50s or whatever, whenever it came out for TV, I watched that every year. And then Jim Carrey only. I'm saying, yeah. There we go. Hell yeah. I remember when that movie came out, I took a friend of mine that I was living when I was living in South Carolina. I took her and my little brother there, and I was like, dude, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. That's just a memory, because I can remember when I close my eyes, I can look to my right and I could see. I'll see him and her there. I'm like, oh, but yeah, it was good, and so I watch it. Every year, and we'll watch it a handful of times. It pops on. It's a movie you can put on and don't have to worry about anything else. You're good to go. I've got Jason Perez over there on Instagram. He popped in for a little bit. ATL Beer Guy, John Cass, Laura Michelle. How are we doing? If I didn't catch you, Thistle Draft Shop. Appreciate you stopping by. Just another Wednesday. No beer tonight. Just some bourbon. And I do need to finish off. I just got a little bit left right there. I did not drink this whole bottle during the show. So if you popped in, you're like, Jesus, he killed a bottle of Woodford dessert. No, I didn't. I did not. It probably had 2 drinks in it. So me and my kids and wife are always saying phrases from that movie. It's a quotable movie. It's just one of those movies. So there you go. That's it. That's that. But yeah, I like my I don't drink my bourbon neat. I like it with a giant, sphere in it or a square square rock. And then I will put just a dab of water. I'll put a little bit of water in it. But that's just to get the night going, right? And after that, it takes a lot less water, and then obviously there's no ice in there now. So, cheers to you. But yeah, that movie, I love it. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the straight bourbon whiskey wheel, explore the flavor wheel, tap whatever, blah blah blah. Grain, you got malt and rye. You got wood, almond, cedar, hazelnut, oak, pecan, and walnut. Fruit and floral, a lot of that. You got apple, apricot, blackberry, blueberry, cherry, cognac, cranberry, green apple, honeysuckle, lemon, orange, peach, pear, rose petal. Spices, I don't know what that, anise, I don't know what that is. Black pepper, cinnamon, clove, coffee, herbal, mint, nutmeg, and tobacco. Sweet aromatics, you got brown sugar, butterscotch, caramel, maple syrup, honey, chocolate, marzipan, and vanilla. There you go. See, I told you I can get through it. Let's get rid of that and flip back over here. There we go. So that's what I got on the tube. That's what I'm trying to keep up with. And yeah, it's a great show. And I guess you know what? And we're almost done here. So the last note of the day is, so I went to my company pays, or they have 16 hours, so 2 days of volunteer days that they want us to use, every year. Which doesn't sound like a lot, right? But of course, I never do. I haven't done it in a while. I've done the North Texas Food Bank, which I is a great cause. I hope you recommend. I recommend you doing it. You can volunteer. You can donate money, things like that. Yesterday was Giving Day. Our company matched money. Another company matched my donation before that. So it was like, it was 6 times essentially what I donated, which was amazing, right? Big fan of them. Big fan of, they're down in Farmers Branch. So huge fan of them. Today, what we did was a buddy of mine from work, we went over to Trains at North Park Mall, which is from Ronald McDonald Foundation, Dallas. It benefits them. So they put on, it's really cool. It's like an old Victoria's Secret store. That's how, the lockers back there had Victoria's Secret written on them. I was like, oh, that's neat. So you walk in and train models and just amazing stuff. It's a pretty big store from what you can imagine. A lot of trains just all over the place, right? Pictures, paintings, games, and toys. I mean, it just goes on and on. I recommend you go check it out because it's not expensive either. So I'm thinking about taking the young ones over there just to let them go see it as well. I don't really care too much for North Park Mall just because it's kind of busy in a busy area off 75. 75 sucks. I was got like 4 accidents today. It's half on me, but half on everybody else. But good cause. And so what I did was I was the guy at the exit thanking people for stopping by. And I was giving like the kids, what do you call it? The activity books, STEM books and things like that. And my buddy was in the same area as me, but he was, in case they wanted like merchandise and stuff like that. So he was running the cash register. And so we sat there and talked. It was 4 hours. It was kind of long. It was kind of boring because the weather today sucked. It was pouring ass rain. From the moment I woke up to the moment I got home, I was just like, gee, man. And like I said, I almost got into an accident this morning. It sucked. I thought I hit the damn car. And luckily I cut it so hard that finally when the wheels grabbed it spun me the other way and I got out of the way. I was like, oh my God, it did. It scared the shit out of me. I even checked my car when I got home. I was like, or when I got to work, I was like, I gotta go. If I got to call somebody and say, hey, I didn't know I did it, but if I did it, there it is, But anyhow, North Park Mall it's kind of cool. It's got a lot of stores, a lot of upscale shopping, things like that. The other cool thing is a lot of hot moms running around. Yeah. So, it's a nice little area. And it's also the capital of yoga pants. I don't know if you know this, but if you go to North Park Mall, it is the world capital of yoga pants. Good or bad, there was a lot of good out there. But good or bad, Every woman has yoga pants on. I don't think I did see a hooker pushing it. I was like sitting there telling my buddy, I don't know if it's a hooker. She dressed like a hooker though. And I was like, holy moly, dude. I was like, she's like pushing a stroller like extremely quick. Like I was like, what the hell? She steal that baby? What the hell's going on? I'm just kind of looking around like I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I liked it, and I told him I was like, I'll go back. I'll go back, and we'll do this again. Maybe we'll do like a full day where we go in the morning, screw around, then go to lunch somewhere, then come back. But yeah, a lot of nice people. Everybody I talked to, the kids were pretty decent. They weren't like running wild or anything like that. But I only had to like tell one kid, hey, knock it off. Yeah, drivers in Texas act like they've never seen rain before. Dude, that's one of my biggest complaints is, first off, the hazard lights. When it starts raining, they put the hazard lights. Like, if you got to put your hazards on, get the hell out. Just get off the road. Just drive on the service road all the way down. Because you going 35 miles an hour in the center lane is the problem. I understand torrential, like rain. You can't see. You got to go 30. You have to, because you can't see. But we're talking just rain where it shouldn't be a problem to do a decent speed. I'm not talking about speeding either, but Jesus, man. I've been waiting, Whiskey. I've been sitting here waiting for 51 minutes and 2 seconds for you to come in here, and you're finally here. I did this for you. For you, sir. And this is the thanks I get. This is what I get from you. You stroll in here with like a couple minutes to go on my last topic of the day, and here you are. Welcome in. But yeah, dude. So yeah, like I'm heading south on 35E, and it's right where 635 is, and the express lane kind of dumps out. If you want to exit, that's where you exit. And so, anyways, this car in front of me. They were going, I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I was like, whoa, we're going to hit the brakes. So lock brake. By the time it gets to me and I see it, and I go, oh shit. And I hit the brakes. I hit them. And dude, I'm like hitting as hard as I can. And I hear it and see it. And the car in front of me hits the car. I go, I can't hit this car. I spun the wheel and braked as hard as I could. And I prayed to 8-pound, 9-ounce baby Jesus that there was no one in that other lane. I didn't see anybody when I spun it. But I was like, I can't do it. And I missed. I was like, oh my God. I could not believe it. Oh my God, the roads get wet here and everyone forgets how to drive. You're right, Whiskey. Yep. You and Michael, you guys nailed it. Love you too. Yeah, I love you too. But yeah, dude, I was like, I couldn't believe it. And I'm telling you, it had me on edge. Like I was sitting at work this morning and hide your kids, hide your wife. It's a whiskey night. You don't have to hide your wives anymore. I'm done with all that tomcatting around. Yeah, it does get me a little handsy. I'll probably go in there and mess with the wife a little bit and piss her off. He was old. He had a beard. I used to have a little bit longer beard, but now I've trimmed everything down so far. Yeah. But yeah, I'm telling you, it did it. I was like, son of a bitch. And then I was like, screw it. I just try to go decent speed, stay away from the cars in front of me. But yeah, there's still people still flying around. And I see it. I'll tell you what, I see a lot of the speeding during the rain, like on the drive home. That's where I see guys, gals just going so fast and going just too damn fast. And it's like, dude, this is going to suck. You know what I mean? Talking about Talladega Nights. Yeah, he was on the other. And it did. It had me terrified. It did. It really did. It had me freaking terrified. Billy Joe Patrick, you came in here. You liked the stream. I appreciate that. I haven't seen you. I hit you up the other day too to check in on you. So I hope everything's going well. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, 77 Brown, how we doing? Cheers. I think the video's jumping around over there on Instagram. If it is, I apologize. Woo, that's a lot of bananas. Bananas and fire. Whiskey and fire in the chat, I guess, But it was fun volunteering. If your company allows you to do that kind of stuff, take advantage of it. If they don't, there's a million things you can do. I was trying to let them give me like time to like go like pick up trash and stuff around that. Like say in my neighborhood, I was like, yeah, I'll walk down like a major road and just pick up trash and do this and do that. But they want it, I understand they want it for, they can take photos and stuff like that, and they can show that they allow their people to take time off to do volunteer work and things like that, which is fine as well. Like I said, it's a good cause. And my wife, she's done several, things around here as well. We work for the same company. But I think next year I'm going to hit my 16 hours. I might ask for a couple more, whether I pay for it or they pay for it, one of the two, because they have golf tournaments, golf outings and things like that, and I want to get involved with that again. It's just been a while. It does it takes a little bit out of me. One, because I'm not really I was trying to explain to my boss, today or yesterday. I was like, I like doing these things. I really do. I think it's good, but I think I have I just have a touch of like social anxiety. And he's like, is it because you don't know where you're going and what you're going to be doing? You don't. Well, I go, that's exactly what it is. He goes, that's exactly what it is. I was like, I get nervous about not knowing what I'm going to do, what they're going to ask me to do, whether I can even figure it out in my brain in a quick period of time. Because some of these places, they're like, yeah, do this. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know how the hell to do that. But today, I got to say thank you to everybody. I got to help some people find some things on their what's it called when you're scavenger hunt. Hand out some books, some cards, stuff like that. And SPCA was right there next to where I was, so I was like saying hi to a bunch of dogs that were walking around. Saying hi to all the moms that were out there in North Park as well. I was like, how you doing? I must have been looking good today. The red was working with my face. You know what I'm saying? Like I was feeling good, looking good. I already got that community service for streaking in the gymnasium. We're going streaking. We're going to the quad. Whiskey, this is all I got left. Bottle's gone, buddy. I got just this sip left. I'm going to get out of here. I just want to say thanks to all of you guys and gals that are out there listening, watching. Again, you can catch the video version of this stream and the rerun of it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, and Kick. You can catch the audio version of this, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Pandora, wherever you listen to podcasts, okay? Give a thumbs up. Go rate us. I think that's a lot of things that people kind of forget about doing. You can go over there to Spotify, throw a thumbs up, throw a follow, throw a rating. Same thing with Apple Podcasts. So really appreciate it. It helps us. I don't know if it really helps us. Maybe up here, maybe up top in the grays. While I got to run, I got a brother with a walker. Should I run with both TBs? Tampa Bay runner. Oh, hold on. Let's check it out. Okay. I got a brother with walker. Should I run with both Tampa Bay running backs? I don't know. I don't know if Bucky's. I don't know. Who the hell are they even playing this week? Let's see what they got. This is the last. This is it. They're playing the Raiders this week. They should feast. They really should feast. I'm not saying they're a team that run it up. I'm just saying they're a team that's consistent with scoring, and when they score, they do spread it around. I wouldn't be surprised if what's that other guy, Tucker, scores this week. So, you know what? I'm going to save that for Alan, but I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say no. That's going to be my thought. That's going to be my Jewel, how you doing? Tell my dad I said hi. I love him. That's how I started the show tonight. I meant to put that in the title too, because that's what I got the title right here. I was like, Strikeout Beer, 12, happy birthday, Dad. So tell him I love him. And, but yeah, Michael, tune in for Saturday. If Alan doesn't do it, if Alan refuses to go live on Saturday night, I might just go live Sunday morning. It's my son's birthday weekend too, and he's kind of a party. He kind of keeps me out late. There might be, if I do, it's you're going to get that. Whiskey knows about this. You're going to get that RD, that slow talk with that super deep voice, big old cup of coffee, and oh man, woof. Good luck to you. Love y'all. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm RD. Let me finish this real quick. We'll see you next time, all right? Adios.